and welcome to another episode of The Bond is Real. Je suis votre host, Stecy, et je suis avec un charmant jeune homme et à la peau mielleuse, à la voix mielleuse, ça glisse, tout est doux, tout est sucré.
Voilà. No, I'm Jaelen. Y'all know me. I'm back here. Second episode, both of us. I'm excited once again because the first one was lit. So, shit.
Let's get it. Mais pour commencer, juste si on peut revenir sur un peu le... Parce que là, vous regardez ça en décalé, ok? Mais we started recording in February and we've been posting the videos genre à chaque semaine. But il y a beaucoup de choses qui se passent là qu'on a commencé à poster, beaucoup de feedback qu'on reçoit, puis les retours qu'on a reçus so far and stuff. I think it's a nice time and place to kind of just start with that and to kind of see where we go from there. Yeah. But yeah, what has been your feedback par rapport à l'épisode, par rapport... tu peux dire, si tu veux, le show en tant que tel ou tu peux dire l'épisode qu'on a fait ensemble. However you wish.
Je vais aller avec le show en tant que tel parce qu'on m'a pas encore vraiment donné de feedback à propos de cet épisode-là, à part, like, it was funny. But, like, I want more feedback than that. Mais sur le feedback du show, like, I don't know, people are just enjoying it and, like, they're like, oh, je finis pas les épisodes, but, like, every episode I'm watching, il y a au moins un bout, like, I'm losing the track of time and I forget what I'm actually doing. Et juste ça, pour moi, c'est comme great. Parce que people are so in tune with our shit. And honestly, excuse mon langage, mais I wasn't ready. J'étais pas prêt qu'on me dise, oh, tu fais les podcasts, c'est nice, we really like it, just keep up. Just keep it up. C'est ça qu'on me dit souvent, just keep it up. And juste avoir ça comme feedback so far, comment dire? En fait, c'est un des seuls feedback constructifs que j'ai eu. À part we like it, non, but keep it up. And for a start, that is amazing, I feel like.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Je pense moi aussi c'est vraiment de ça. A lot of people being like, yo, this is great. I love the chemistry. Y'all hilarious. I'm like, honestly, if you tell me I'm funny, that's the best compliment you can give me. Yeah.
You rather be funny than smart?
Because sometimes smart people are boring, man.
That's a very good point.
So
that is a very good point.
Des fois, je suis comme...
No, touche.
Yeah, I rather have like...
Fun people.
Yeah, fun people that give you a vibe and then you create a vibe together and it's a whole like energy. Plutôt que... Je sais pas. Plutôt que genre...
Calculons notre intelligence.
Ouais. Yo, puis des fois, là, when you're with smart people, they get into these, like, competition to know who's the smartest in a way, but, like, in a casual way, they act like it's not that, but it's that. Yeah. So là, ils vont sur des tangents, ils sont comme, ouais, donc, tu as vu Pakistan, qu'est-ce que... I'm sorry, like, I'm not... Je suis pas connectée à tout ça tout le temps.
Yeah.
But then the guy's like, oh yeah, I remember Constantinople. And it's like, sure, we can talk about it, but like, we have to talk about it right now? Like, in this specific environment.
Yeah. Pour toi, c'est le genre de conversation qu'il y a à l'école, genre?
Pas nécessairement. Genre, on peut les avoir if we're out, like, having a drink, we're chilling, on est à deux, ou genre... On sort avec les bolets, like les smarty pants, and it's like to hang out of that. Okay, but we're at a party.
Yeah, I feel you.
Or we're at the club, or an event of some sort.
Yo, did you see this? Did you see that? Did you know about? Did you hear about?
Et là, les hotep qui commencent à dire, ouais, tu vois, dans la vie, les gens, on vient de roi, de reine, and you're so beautiful, and then ça part en couille.
Yeah.
Ça part en couille très rapidement. And it's like, so are you using your knowledge to like trick me into like...
C'est une forme de chat game qu'on n'a pas encore appris, genre.
Maybe.
Ils sont peut-être en avance sur nous.
Je pense que c'est ça.
Yeah.
Je pense
c'est
vraiment
sur
ça.
la game.
Ils sont trop en avance. Comme Rolls-Royce.
Mais t'as dit quoi?
Rolls-Royce.
Oh mon Dieu.
Rolls-Royce.
Oh shit.
Rolls-Royce.
Come back on the feedback. Let's come back on the feedback.
Yeah. Yeah, no, so I got that. I got a lot of feedback from like people being like, "Oh my God, you're like so authentic and it's nice and everything." And it's beautiful. It's very beautiful. Mais il y a quand même un prix à payer à être authentique sometimes, because then you also get some repercussions of people who hate you or who dislike you for who you are. It's like, ah, okay. But I haven't gotten a lot of people saying mean things yet, knock on wood. Mais même si ça arrive, peut-être ça voudra dire qu'on a percé. Mais it's more so like family stuff, being like, why would you talk about that? It's like, you know, there is a way of speaking about my truth that doesn't disrespect or take away from anything or take away from the experience that other people lived. So comme moi c'était ça aussi. Puis en tant que Burundaise, c'est dur de, you know, we're not allowed to talk about certain things. Like there's a lot of secrecy within our culture, and it's like if you talk about things and you bring them at the forefront, c'est genre t'es en train de rendre un peu genre la famille, you're disrespecting the family as a whole, and you're disrespecting the whole lineage, you're disrespecting the whole heritage. So it's a big like pressure, and for me it was important for me to like have a place where I could be myself, but also a place where I could give my perspective on things, my truth, my lived experience, and to share that. Et après, si genre une personne veut dire ouais, non, mais t'as dit ça à tel moment, mais en vrai, c'est ça qui s'est passé. Sure, that was your perspective, that is your perspective, and you're very much like entitled to that opinion, and c'est à toi, genre, y a pas de problème, you stick to it, you go with it, genre, y a pas de stress. But j'avoue que c'était pas évident, puis c'est toujours pas évident, because now, just to give you guys context, right now, online, as of the recording time de cet épisode, on est à 10 épisodes that are released. So the first 10 episodes, the first season has been released, first chapter, if you will, has been released. And donc c'est ça. So that's that. So there are a lot more episodes coming, and I'm like, si vous étiez chauffé pour ça, I don't know how we're gonna keep going, because there's more things to come that we've recorded and that we have yet to record. Mais c'est ça. Je dis tout ça pour dire que c'est pas évident.
C'est pas évident, and honestly, I don't think ça va être plus évident plus ça avance. Because I think we're like low-key breaking barriers in our culture. Et je pense que maintenant, we're gonna aussi catch tout le heat now. Mais c'est dans le futur que maybe people are going to look back and be like, well, this was worth it. And that's what I'm waiting for. Puis je sais que live side, it's going to be rough. But pour revenir sur les barriers we're breaking, like, everyone has their own reality. Et le fait qu'on s'attende à ce que tout le monde soit d'accord avec nous is fucking impossible. Il va y avoir des personnes qui vont être contre qu'est-ce qu'on dit. Il va y avoir des personnes qui vont, like, approve. But I think we have to concentrate on y'all who are approving and fighting with us. And yeah, parce que c'est pour eux qu'on le fait. On le fait. And yeah, I don't think it's going to be easier, but I think we have to concentrate on the people who are vibing, who are connecting, and let the other people take their time and figure out why they aren't. That's my point of view. But yeah.
I like that a lot.
It's going to be hard though.
Yeah. I feel like this experience has also brought in some healing, because when I first got here, there was a lot of, like, connecting with the community, the Burundian community here was a bit challenging for me, because I wanted to do and try out things and experience that I've never tried before, things that I didn't have access to in Burundi. And when I got to the community here, there are some people who were more adamant in keeping and maintaining the culture from Burundi as is here, in a way. And I found that challenging because it was going against what I had kind of promised to myself. Be like, oh, okay, let me try out these things. Let me try out, I don't know, roller coaster. Let me try all these things that I couldn't really do there. But c'est comme, it's really hard. It's really hard because when you break barriers and you're like a black sheep a bit, it's as if all the blame gets put on you, you know. But then again, as I was saying, there's the healing aspect where now I'm finding this new community of Burundians who are either trying to get out of a certain mold that has been kind of built for them ahead of time.
And not by them.
And not by them. It's like, okay, you're born, you're going to be this, you're going to do that. That's it. Those are the options. And when you say, well, what if I want to kind of figure out my options and I want to figure them out as I go? And it's like, oh. And I'm kind of, what I'm hoping to showcase is the idea that first you can just try. You don't have to have it perfect. You don't have to have it figured out. Just try. And second is really to be like, you will find, and this I'm speaking to you and the people listening, but I'm also speaking to myself, where you will find that your crowd, you will find your tribe, you will find the people who value the things that you have to put out. And ça, c'est quelque chose that I'm discovering now because this community is being created as we go. But I get to meet some of them as we're outside, right, guys? We said it before. This summer, we're outside. So, with the outside activities that I've been partaking, I have met a few people who say, yo, I've watched your podcast. That's really cool. I love it. And I'm like, who? How? It's because I think I'm producing, I'm doing the thing, but like, I don't really think that there are people who are going to watch it.
Exactly, yeah.
But yes, so the healing experience, it's healing a lot of the things that I kind of repressed in a way, or the things that I've gone through, the certain, like the judgments, the shaming, the guilt tripping, all the things, all the tools, I guess, that are used to put you in line by the community. It's like, je me sens en train de comme survoler ça un peu. And it's like, it feels really powerful. And then to get the validation from these new people who are like, yo, I've had people give me like, tell me like, you don't understand the representation, having a person who looks like me, who knows my culture, who's gone through the same things as I've gone through, just being there and telling their story, and that story being similar to mine. It's like, whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, that's what's bringing me the healing from the different things that I've gone through of like, you're white, you're acting white because you're doing this. I was like, well, I have been doing this since Burundi. And actually, I get this from my grandmother too. So technically...
You're calling my grandmother white.
Voilà.
And that don't work. It don't work.
Voilà. And until, jusqu'à peut-être, on va faire des tests de j'allais dire quelque chose, but des tests. On va faire des tests. Mais... Pour l'instant, je sais qu'elle était personne burundaise et beaucoup de titres was the same.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mais c'est fou comment genre le feedback ça, like quand c'est positif and people are really like genuine about it, ça fait tellement du bien. Because I was au Festival d'été de Québec recently, last week actually, Quebec, 3 hours away, and through like connections through hockey, like players I played against or like with that I respected, we follow each other on Instagram and stuff. So I go there and I'm in the crowd and someone like knocks me on my shoulder. I'm like, what's up? I'm like, oh shit, we used to play hockey again in 2014. How you doing? Like, how do we recognize each other? I don't know. But anyways, he recognized me. He's like, yo, I saw you've been doing a podcast. It's fucking dope. And I'm like, you know that? You? And he's like, yeah, I even watched one episode with guys, I guess. And I was laughing. I'm like, what the fuck? You, out of all the people. And c'est juste fou, genre, like, puis là, il est comme, ouais, t'as dit ça. And I'm like, oh shit. Nigga's serious. This guy's serious. I'm like, oh shit. So c'est juste fou de voir, genre, dans les places les plus inattendues de get it. It's crazy. C'est ça qui me motive. Moi, ça me motive. And every time I'm here, I'm like, oh, j'allais faire un autre épisode. Let's go. Let's do this shit.
I think of all the ways I can improve the podcast. I think of all the, like, tous les changements que je vais faire, toutes les affaires qu'on va faire et tout. Yeah, même moi, j'étais au pied du courant, a random person that I've never seen before. T'es comme, yo, I know you. J'étais comme, no, you don't.
From where?
But it's a blessing, to be honest, and I'm really grateful for it. It's yeah, yeah, really, really grateful. Keep it coming. Just don't look at me and not say nothing. Because that makes me feel scared. That makes me feel unsafe.
Yeah. mais le pire, c'est qu'on sait que c'est bonne intention. Là, ils sont juste là, c'est comme, yo, maybe je sais c'est qui, mais je vais pas déranger d'un coup, it's not them.
Ouais.
Mais essaie de te mettre à notre place, genre. Ouais. Nous, on est là, on va à une place, on va tester, on te regarde, on est comme, OK, tu vas venir nous voir? Is there something? Et là, quand t'es un mec comme moi, si tu me sers trop down à un certain point, je pense que tu veux beef.
Et malheureusement, moi qui n'ai que des frères, I think the same thing too, because they've built me like this.
Après 10 secondes, if you're still staring at me, c'est gourmand.
Et tu me fais pas un petit sourire, un petit quelque chose?
Qui pas un hochement de tête, un sourire. Non, c'est gourmand.
On a un problème.
Il m'a peut-être catch à faire quelque chose. I don't remember, but I have to defend myself. So yeah, just don't feel shy. Just nod your head, smile, say anything, whatever you're comfortable with.
Something.
Perfect comme moi dans des situations que je suis when I'm in like anxious or like je suis gêné, genre people who know me know I do this. I just come in and do like.
Je pense que tu l'as pris de moi celui-là. I think.
For real?
Yes.
Oh, that's fucked up.
Because I just.
That's fucked up.
Right?
Yeah, mama. Wow. Maman, je pensais qu'on avait quelque chose. You were helping me. Là, tu donnes tout le crédit à elle. Ah, it's all good. I still love you, but it's all good.
Mais quand c'est mérité, quand c'est la vérité, elle a vu, elle sait.
I don't like picking shit from you. Yeah.
Mais c'est quoi le choix que tu as? Who you gonna pick shit from?
Facts. The thing is, I already picked up enough shit. Genre, c'est comme.
C'est où?
Je vais pas rajouter, là. C'est assez.
Aïe, yo.
It says my ego.
Oh,
Says my
ok.
ego.
Au moins tu sais.
I
Au
know.
moins tu sais que
Says
c'est
my ego.
your ego that's being in charge right now.
Ça, c'est. Ouais. I'm in tune with my ego. Des
Okay.
fois, on se cogne, mais on se connaît. On a une bonne relation.
Et... Mais c'est quoi que tu as pick up de moi?
Vous savez comment elle veut son crédit?
Ouais!
Wow!
Ouais!
Elle veut son crédit.
I want all the flowers on my way. Et l'anglais.
Non, pas l'anglais. Ta voix. Ma merde. C'est pas grave.
J'ai beaucoup de talent, mais chanter, c'est pas un de mes talents. J'ai déjà dit ça plusieurs fois.
Le style un peu. Like, there's things like this. You see how I roll my shirt? You're not ever going to see me with an unrolled shirt. And that's because of her, sadly enough. And pants. But pants, j'ai changé. J'ai du vague. Là, faut couper les choses à moitié, là.
Quand même, mais...
Quand même. Non, mais c'est ce que vous... Je sais que j'ai chippé quand même fort, mais... Faut comprendre.
Il y a des gens qui sont dans le studio en ce moment, they have the headphones. Sur le chip, là, ils l'ont entendu du début à la fin.
Ma mère, elle a honte de moi, Loki. Elle a honte de moi. Mais, vous comprenez, cette femme, elle a la tête enflée ces temps-ci. Et il faut que je dégonfle juste un peu, petit à petit, parce que c'est malsain. Les choses aren't. So, you have to understand that sometimes you ride together to get here. And les foutaises qu'elle me dit. Ah. Oh, une chance que j'ai build la patience throughout the years. Parce que the shit you say, crazy. Outrageous.
Ouais. J'essaie de trouver un... Ouais, non, c'est... Mais si je te le dis pas à toi, à qui je vais le dire?
That's a good point.
Si je partage pas avec mes frères, je partage pas avec mes sœurs, who will get the heat? Like, c'est ça qui va faire en sorte que je devienne un asshole in the street to random people because I didn't get people to check me and be like, hey, calm down.
Because people won't be able to...
Baby, calm down. Calm down. Like, this is too much. You need to chill.
People won't be able to handle you. Je sens que quand je suis avec toi, même tes amis sont genre, enfin quelqu'un. Enfin quelqu'un qui nous aide un peu.
I think it's funny to them to see somebody being so straightforward with me and being so like, I'm gonna kill your shine. So yeah, that part is fun a bit for them. But yeah, no, that part. I think it's just that part. Parce qu'après, il y a quand même l'aspect où they're not scared of me.
Yeah, fair
That's
enough.
why they're my friends.
Fair enough,
That's
fair
why they're
enough.
my closest friends. And they're not going to pretend that I'm killing when I'm not killing. So it humbles me. It humbles me a lot. And it's things that I need. So it's
good.
It's good.
Good for you. You have good friends. You have good friends.
I'm grateful. I'm very grateful.
Mais pour revenir à la question,
Oui.
chandail roulé, un peu du style. À part ça, il n'y a rien qui me vient en tête.
I just wanted to think of other things myself.
Yeah,
Parce
non.
que j'avais rien qui me venait à l'esprit. Mais je sais que des fois, je vais voir des trucs et je vais être comme, that's me!
Oh! Quand je marche avec quelqu'un, il faut que je sois sur le côté de la rue.
Yo, that is so cute. So when he was younger, quand on marchait ensemble, il pouvait pas marcher du côté de la rue. I walk towards le côté de la rue. So this is why y'all need to understand, okay? C'est mon enfant. À moitié. OK, le un tiers. Parce qu'il y a quand même tes parents qui t'ont... Voilà. But I'm part of the parenting team. Mais pour dire que il va y avoir des choses vraiment, je vais voir, puis je suis comme, that's me. Comme that.
It's 100%.
And it used to bother you, and you're like, I'm not a baby.
Mais maintenant, je comprends. Maintenant, c'est genre...
Parce que tu bougeais trop! Yo! Je peux pas te faire confiance à côté des voitures. Déjà, je fais pas confiance aux voitures.
Yeah.
Et toi, t'es là, t'es comme, ouh, enjoyment!
Trop excité, trop à l'aise avec la vie. Je regarde pas à gauche et à droite, je veux juste traverser. I was that kid. So, je te comprends.
And hyper energetic.
Hyperactive?
Hyperactive. J'ai bug.
It's the same thing. Do you understand?
Shout out à Rosemont. Merci. And shout out to you. Aujourd'hui, on n'avait pas pour Florilège, but to the person who gave this to me, shout out to you. You know yourself. And mais qui t'a dit que je vais dire? Moi, je dis shout out de façon discrète. Toi, tu me dis, oh, c'est qui? Wesh.
On veut que tu exposes?
Nah, la personne se connaît. Mais next week, on aura... Arrête, next week, on aura Florilège. Le problème d'avoir des frères, guys. This is not. But
Te
yeah.
rendre inconfortable, c'est quand même une de mes plus grandes joies.
I know.
It's so fun.
It is.
Yeah.
And it's not fun for me. It's not fun for me. But last time when we were here, on parlait un peu de notre... last episode, because this is part 2 of the first
Attends,
episode.
avant qu'on passe à ça. Toi, t'as rien pris de moi? Avec ta tête. So, moi, je suis là à tout prendre, je donne rien. Toi, t'es là à tout donner, tu prends rien. Vas-y.
Non. J'ai pris a lot of the no fucks givenness. Yeah, a lot of it. Because à la burundaise, en tant que burundaise, yes, of course. Et les gens. Now mom is like, what about me?
She's dying.
You can laugh, they won't hear you. Laugh, it's okay.
She's dying right now, but in silence. She's like, but in silence. It's hilarious.
But so as a family in general, the no fucks given, vraiment être comme be yourself consistently and show up and be seen as such. And yeah, je pense que ça c'était ça. Mais toi, c'est vraiment être comme vivre ma vie pour moi.
Yeah.
A lot of that. Because you were a only child. Donc la vie revolved around you and you have very loving parents.
Yes, I do.
Who at some points, both of them in their life at different times, were kind of obsessed with you.
Facts.
On va se dire les vraies choses.
True.
So, ça fait en sorte que tu avais tellement d'attention, puis tellement de comme gens qui étaient présents pour toi puis qui voulaient vraiment savoir ok, comment tu vas.
Unconditional love.
And unconditional love, like consistently. Que j'étais comme, ce gars-là, il s'en fout. Like, you'll be like, you need to understand that I know for a fact that I could do anything, anything in the world, and my parents will still rock with me. And they will still love me the same.
Till this day.
Et ça, c'était une certitude que tu avais. Puis avec ça, ça faisait que tu avais une confiance.
Démesurée.
Au moins, tu sais.
Yeah, no, I know.
Donc,
comme moi, je t'ai donné un peu de confiance et moi, t'as calmé un peu ma confiance. Ça, c'est
parce que c'était une confiance qui était... Because that could have been dangerous for you. Parce que la vie t'aurait frappé, puis t'aurais fait... Oh.
Si j'avais été un lonely child toute ma vie.
Yeah, and then you would have been like, oh, ok, la vie ne vaut même plus la peine d'être vécue. And then you just like all like sad and...
So big.
Yeah, puis tu allais avoir ton spirit qui allait être brisé, alors que c'est des choses très normales et qui se passent à tout, comme qui se passent, that happens to everybody. But yeah, no fucks given.
And people who like crossed you or didn't fuck with you, fuck them.
Je pense l'aspect de, because I love to give people and to give myself some. Comment on appelle ça? J'ai perdu le mot. Pas grief, but to give them
compassion?
Amends, like to make amends and to give them like some sort of... j'ai le mot juste sur la langue, man. Ça m'énerve. En tout cas, to give...
Shout out Rosemont.
Shout out Rosemont.
Shout out Rosemont. C'est simple que ça. Shout out Rosemont.
But basically, closure. There you go. To give them closure. So I love to give myself closure and I love to give people closure. But one of the lessons that I had to learn with time was that sometimes you can give the closure to yourself. It doesn't have to be un truc qui est collaboratif, tu vois. Donc, so yeah. So being like, you cross me, I'm okay, and fuck off, fuck you. I'm just gonna move on with my life and just focus on what I've been focused on already and what I've been doing already. So yeah, je pense yeah. C'est beaucoup en termes d'attitude, because sometimes I underplay myself. So comme toi, c'était over, moi c'était under. Des fois, I still struggle with that where I'm like, no, je suis correct. No, like I put myself on the side a bit. Où je diminue mon light. So you be like, what? Be loud with that shit. Turn on the speakers, branche les speakers, puis vas-y, blast that shit.
Say it with your chest.
Yeah. So yeah, I think those could be the things I could say for now that I can think of.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'll take it. Yep.
Okay. C'est un bon...
Yep. Ma tête a été gonflée assez. We're good. Je vais passer à autre chose. Tu peux reposer ta question que je t'ai coupée.
Je disais que... C'est ça. So this is part 2 of part 1 qu'on avait fait ensemble. And on s'était arrêté au... I'm 15 or 16 and you're...
Yeah, I think it was like finishing high school.
You're finishing high school.
Yeah.
Moi, j'étais au cégep. Non. Ouais, on était rendu où moi, je suis au cégep, puis toi, tu finis le secondaire.
Yeah, when we're still, yeah.
Yeah, quand on vivait ensemble. It was interesting to see you be your own person or become your own person. Parce que de passer à, OK, tu m'as appris toutes ces choses-là. Là, maintenant, je vais prendre ça, puis try to make it my own and add my own sauce to it. And then add my own sauce to it. Puis c'était comme, seeing you flourish and grow was a beautiful experience. Being like, and then to see and being able to pinpoint where my contribution comes in was a beautiful experience.
So that was me before leaving?
Mm-hmm.
This is me before leaving the house or after?
Before.
Yeah, before it was nice. It was nice.
Yeah.
Because afterwards, ça s'est chauffé un peu.
C'était chaud.
C'était chaud, honestly.
Hey.
So, basically, j'ai fini avec le secondaire. J'étais au secondaire 5, having the best time of my life. Killing at sports, killing at friendship. School, I had my diplôme, j'avais des bonnes notes. Bah les couilles. So I was killing at life. And I was living at home and everything. And then I was trying out during the summer for for our hockey teams for the next year. And I was debating between two. And one meant that I had to leave home. And the other meant that I was able to stay home. But I was like, yo, mec de 17 ans, on est bientôt un adulte. Why the fuck not? Let me get the fuck up out of here. Puis ça donnait aussi que you were leaving at the same year.
Yeah.
So, je vais te laisser raconter une histoire, mais je vais passer à la mienne.
Ah, vas-y.
Le fait que tu partais aussi, mais genre, je me suis dit, let me just leave.
Tu voulais faire comme ta grande sœur. Hey.
Yeah, malheureusement. So, I fucking left home to go live where? Where's Stecy? Where did I go live?
Saint-Hyacinthe,
Yeah, t'as le droit, ris. La place où tu te lèves le matin, dans un appartement, genre, comment on appelait ça? Une résidence que t'as plusieurs élèves and you just live there, basically. Je me lève le matin, j'ouvre ma fenêtre, ça sent la bouse de vache et la chocolatine. J'aime pas le chocolat et je suis pas un mec de campagne. So, déjà là, ça part mal. So, là, j'ouvre la fenêtre, je suis comme... Ah, putain. Hey, je vais à mes cours. C'était la S. Ah, ouais, j'étais un imbécile parce que, comme j'ai dit, j'étudiais pas. Mais je me suis inscrit en sciences nat. Sciences nat. Genre, you know what I'm fucking talking about. Tu comprends la foutaise que j'ai fait, right? I'm an idiot. So, première session, je me suis fait défoncé par les cours. Parce que je pense que j'avais 5-6 cours, which is not that much, mais j'avais du hockey every evening. J'étais pas un patinet studieux. So, je me suis fait défoncer. I got fucked up. And then, ça a influencé my hockey. My hockey wasn't great. Then, j'ai catch un beef avec mon coach. I'm not gonna say names. J'ai appris de la dernière épisode. Tu dis, est-ce que je peux dire? Je peux dire, non. Tu sais, c'est quoi le pire? J'ai oublié son nom. That's how worthless
Good for
he is.
you.
I
yes.
forgot his name. I forgot his name. Muchas gracias. So yeah, j'ai oublié son nom. And so j'ai catch beef avec mon coach. So I get out of school. I get out of hockey. I'm in my résidence. Je sais pas ce que je fous. And I'm like legit depressed. I laugh about it now because I'm proud to have gone through that moment. But like, that period, ben genre, shit was hard. Tout m'a claqué en même temps. Genre, je savais pas vivre tout seul. De un. Je savais pas étudier. Et j'avais encore un grand problème avec l'autorité qui me faisait des fausses promesses. Which I still do. Anyways. For those who try to cross me. But anyways. Tout ça pour dire, genre, il y a plein de choses qui ont back à back qui m'ont tapé, boum, boum, boum. La vie, comme tu dis. Basically, la vie qui m'a tapé, pa. And I just got depressed. To the point where j'ai pas fini ma session and I left there. I just left after like 4 months. Je vais pas durer un autre mois. I was just like, no, I can't do this shit. I'm out.
I can't do it.
I can't do it.
Je pense que la journée que j'ai vu à quel point c'était intense, c'est quand on est venu puis I surprised you, like you didn't know I was coming.
Yeah.
And then you just like, j'étais comme, oh.
I started balling.
Ça.
Balling.
La morve, là.
I was disgusting, but I needed that.
Yeah.
Mais c'est vraiment ça aussi la confirmation. Damn.
Heureusement. Shout out.
La confirmation de I wasn't meant to be there. C'était pas ma place. I wasn't meant to be there. And yeah. So après que vous m'avez visité, I was like, okay, I'm done with this place. So then I leave, find a new hockey team, find a new place to live, find a new everything. And à partir de là, I was becoming, how do you say it? Because I reached such a low. Ça m'a pris un peu de temps avant de commencer, like, to feel like I'm going up. Je commence à me sentir mieux. Mais au moins, the move I made, I felt comfortable enough to be like, okay, this is going to be a place where je peux me reconstruire.
Mm-hmm.
Je peux me réinventer, me everything, genre. So, yeah. So that's when it started, genre, janvier 2018, I think. 2017 or 2018?
I think it was
2017. No.
18. I think
18.
it was 18.
Yeah, you're right. Thanks, mom. 2018. Et c'est là où est-ce que le rebuild de moi a commencé because I used to be le gars nonchalant qui avait des bons résultats. And là, j'ai décidé, non, il faut que je me réinvente. and il faut que je devienne la personne qui va travailler le plus fort dans la salle. Et si je suis capable de faire ça with myself, the rest is going to be okay because the rest already have it. I was like, I have good charisma. People enjoy my company, so je pense pas que je suis un trou de cul that much. And so yeah, I was like, j'ai quand même la majorité des shit, faut juste que I put the hard work in it. And c'est là où ça a commencé. And c'est pour ça que j'ai ri tantôt when I was talking about it, because I'm so proud of gone through that, parce que ça a tellement changé la personne que je suis. And si j'avais pas passé par là, I think the wall would have been bigger, stronger, and everything. It would have been tougher for me to get out of it. So yeah, that's why I'm grateful to have gone through those dark times.
I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. Moi, en parallèle, je venais de déménager en appart for the first time. Ah, c'était lit. Mes premiers mois, pour de vrai, mes premiers mois étaient lit. Mes premiers mois, c'était bien parce que je m'étais préparée. J'avais fait mes petites économies. Je vivais à la maison. So, like, I didn't have, like, you know, there'd still be, like, because vu que je travaillais, I would still help out in different ways. But c'était pas une contribution qui était wow. Like, I could still make and do my, mes petites économies. So, je suis arrivée, j'ai payé 2 mois en avance. J'ai fait, j'ai l'argent, bow, I don't have to worry about that. So, pendant ces 3 premiers mois, ooh, any money where I get like this, no enjoyment. It was lit. Puis là, après, la vie prend son cours parce que tu déménages en été. J'ai déménagé en juillet, I believe. We moved en juillet. C'était en juillet. Ça, on a déménagé en juillet. It's fun, it's lit, it's enjoyment, it's amazing. Puis là, après, tu commences à travailler. Puis là, après, ben, les dépenses, ça dépense. Ça dépense. And next thing you know, you're like, oh, la plus d'argent. No more money for enjoyment. So you learn how to manage your money. You learn how to pay the bills. You learn what happens when you don't pay the bills on time. And all the different things that you learn through that. Et là, je m'étais retrouvée à être seule because for the longest time, my life had always been affiliated with someone else, either my brother or mainly my brother, to be honest. It was like him, me, him and I. It wasn't any like separation. But this time I was really all alone, all by myself. And it's my apartment. I don't have a roommate. It was a cute little demi-sous-sol. Vraiment mignon. And yeah, that was my home, my first home. And being like, okay, how am I going to decorate this? What will it look like? And to be like, oh shit, I can want something and not necessarily have the means to afford it right now. So now how do I make it that I can manage my money in a way that I will be able to get that thing later? So genre, tu arrives en appart puis tu penses, ok, je vais acheter ça. Mais toutes ces choses-là, ça coûte. Il n'y a rien qui est gratuit. And to learn that and to really be in it and to discover that and to discover how will I react in stressful situations. Puis aussi toujours d'être comme, oh, but I have people. Like, même si je foire, et c'est ça la beauté de comme la famille qu'on a puis qu'on a pu créer ensemble, c'est que there's always, you can always come home. Like, there's never, you will not be shamed. You won't be like, yo, I told you so. You shouldn't have done this. No, it's like, you tried, didn't work out. Well, come back, regroup, and try again.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it and find a solution.
Mm-hmm. Puis ça c'est vraiment quelque chose de beau, puis quelque chose qui fait en sorte que je suis comme less scared of life and less scared of the outcome of life, and the life challenges that are ahead. Parce que je sais justement que I can always fall back. Like, I'm secure in that attachment where, yo, I'm good. Like, si je perds mon appart même maintenant, ça va m'attrister.
Yeah,
my shit, my space, my everything. Mais je vais quand même être comme, OK, we'll get it back. We'll get another one after. We'll regroup and do it again. You know? So,
yeah. c'est un peu something that I think we take for granted. And I'll speak for myself. I take for granted. Puis c'est une source de confort qu'on réalise même pas que beaucoup de personnes n'ont pas. To know that you can just try whatever you want to try, and if it doesn't work the first time, you have somewhere to fall back and regroup pour recommencer quelque chose d'autre, genre. And some people, it's like do or die right now. It may just be a feeling for some, but I'm sure it's a reality for others. Et c'est peut-être quelque chose qui est comme on passe tout droit, because we're actually lucky. On peut juste, like, we can try. C'est pour ça qu'on essaie de le push forward le plus possible. Try and try and try. And once you have, like, a group, a support group that you have, like we do, you're good. You're good. Parce que ça, tu sais, la vie, c'est des roller coasters. Il ne faut pas s'attendre toujours à être sur un high. Oui, tu vas avoir des bas, mais c'est des personnes qui sont là pour toi quand tu es dans ton bas. You're fucking good. Just try. And I think we're blessed to have that. And I think it's a reason why we felt like we had to do this podcast. Parce qu'on a tous ces bonnes choses de notre côté and you want to give back. And yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Moi, c'était vraiment un rêve à la base. Beaucoup de gens me disaient, ouais, tu parles bien. Ça veut dire quoi?
Sure.
My birth parents wanted me to be a lawyer. J'ai fait, je pense pas. Bon, non. And it was a very arduous road parce que justement, I have both. I have this unconditional love and I have this conditional love. I have this we'll love you no matter what you do, and we have this we'll love you no matter what. However, notez bien, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, be like this, be like that. Talk to us a certain way, do this a certain way. And you know, again, I can understand how it stems from their own limitations par rapport à leurs self-beliefs and their beliefs in general. Mais ça fait que je suis comme mitigée un peu. I feel like I have like this side of the family that's like, oh my God, what are you doing now? You're doing this. You're talking about family shit on live, like not live, but like on a mic where everybody can see what is wrong with you. And then I have this, oh my God, you're being yourself. You're showing up as who you are. You're being an entrepreneur, creating a project and actually seeing it till the end. And you have, you know, t'as une équipe à charge. Like all the things that come with this podcast that we have. C'est comme, so yeah, it's different ways to look at it. But I'm in both. So I can understand how many people look at me and view the choices that I've made as like wild and crazy, because it's like, what? But it's like, I made those choices, or I'm making those choices to be in my most authentic self, to be in my most authentic self on this journey that I'm on. Mais c'est très dur à comprendre when you're not following your own journey of authenticity, because you cannot understand why are you going to shake things for the sake of, like, comment dire, why would you shake things when things look good? Why would you bring any sort of trouble when this is good? And me, it's like, well, it is good for you. And it is good on the surface. However, once you pull the curtain and once you look at it for what it is, you can see all the different flaws. And you can either choose to acknowledge the flaws and do something about it, or you can say, well, ma fou, man. That's just status quo, you know. But yeah, the unconditional love and the conditional love, I know both of them. And it's like, no, it's a trip.
Yeah. Non. Non, moi, honnêtement, je suis vraiment chanceux que I have one side so far, and I've been on that side almost for my whole life, genre. And j'ai tellement été habitué à ce side-là que Yeah, je suis vraiment pas dans la même situation que toi, obviously, mais les personnes that don't roll with me, c'est comme. À moins que ce soit quelque chose de constructif. If I did something, sure, like let's talk about it. I can maybe do something to improve. But if it's just like I don't like you because I don't like you, I don't like you because tu as dit quelque chose que je suis pas d'accord, but you don't even want to like have a conversation about it or understand why I said it. I'm just like I don't have time and energy in my life to do that. And déjà que comme I feel like time and energy is something that on est pas assez conscient qu'on on laisse aller, we give to people who don't deserve it. Que I'm just non. Moi j'économise mon temps, mon énergie, je le donne aux personnes qui le méritent, and I'm just like, if you don't want it, don't take it. But don't be surprised that I'm not in the picture anymore, genre. Évidemment, je dis ça dans ma situation. But yeah, it must be a trip being in the both.
Il y a beaucoup de cultural mores, I'll call them. Let me get my sociology hat on. Mais il y a beaucoup de socially constructed ideas and beliefs that we have to go by and abide by, au risque de se faire exclure de la communauté, au risque de se faire appeler blanc, au risque de se faire dire que, you're not burned in enough, you're not, you're not burned in enough.
I just have a question. How can you be excluded of our community? Because the other side, being called white your whole life, I've been called white my whole life. So I'm just like, on that point, I'm like, ugh, okay. But how can they really... Parce que je peux comprendre que tu veux te faire exclure, mais tu viens de... Like, on a parlé plus tôt qu'il y a une nouvelle forme, pas une nouvelle, mais une nouvelle communauté qu'on a un peu formée, pas nous, mais qui se forme itself.
Through this thing that we've created, yeah.
Like, how can you be kicked out of all of that? And this is just me asking literally pour une personne qui n'a pas été raised in vraiment engravé 100% dans la culture, genre. Et peut-être ça va aider les autres personnes qui écoutent à comprendre, genre. How can you really be renounced of, I don't know, you know what I mean?
Je pense que ça commence, you're not invited to things as much, you're not included in things as much. There is a thing of, they say, oh yeah, this person does this, but yeah, you will know about it, right? So it's just like comments. It will mostly be comments in your presence that will just make you feel like you don't belong here. You should be elsewhere. Where? We don't know. But this here is for the Burundians who are like this, who abide by these rules and who follow these guidelines and walk this line and do things this way or that way. And me, I've always been like, I hate doing things the same way as others. If something has already been done by a person in a certain way.
Something else I got from her. Let's add it on that. Continue.
But I really dislike it. Like, I'd rather start something brand new that's completely like off the rails, but that's my own, and that has my own signature to it. But yeah, no, see, you're not excluded per se, but people will say shit about you and like talk down on you, and eventually people will be like less keen into inviting you, including you to things, and you feel excluded. But for myself, I felt how conditional the validation and acceptance in our community was, to the point that I was just like, I will come, I'll partake, because we know each other, we've grown up together and everything, but I won't give my heart. Like, we're not going to speak about my projects, we're not going to speak about the things that I have going on that are like still vulnerable and still in a fragile state. And that sometimes it hurts, because I'm like, I wish I would be able to say that. And that's where now the healing part comes in, where I have now this new community of people who are like, yo, let's go. Na, na, na. Yeah. Mais yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
Mais il n'y a pas moyen vraiment de se faire exclure, mais ça se fait progressivement, puis progressivement, tu te fais exclure.
Don't you think that is a bit happening in a lot of cultures these days?
Of course.
Parce que comme we're entering in an era where thinking about you before others is almost like praised.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like il y a pas longtemps, c'était genre fallait que tu penses à la communauté avant toi-même. And c'est juste un switch, I feel like ta génération un peu, and la mienne surtout, are going into. And parce que je parle à des amis aussi que they have their own culture and they're going through the same shit. Genre. It's like, why am I doing me and people are not liking it when I'm doing me? But then they're talking about mental health. And the first thing about mental health is like doing you. So what am I supposed to do? Ride the community or my mental health? So it's like, je sais que c'est pas toujours blanc et noir comme ça, mais comme, il y a certaines situations que c'est ça, and it's like, yo, why can't I do both? Et il y a, I feel like you can, mais on dirait qu'il y a certaines personnes that are not ready to accept it, or it's not just common enough yet. I don't know what it is, but I feel c'est commun de nos jours.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to do me, but tantine va dire ça, tonton va penser ça, cousin va peut-être comprendre la mauvaise chose et s'invente, you know? So it's like, it's tough.
Puis là, ça va commencer sur une histoire que t'es comme...
Yeah. Des fois, genre, c'est comme... Des fois, j'entends des choses à propos de moi-même. And I'm like, wait, where did I come from?
Who invented this?
Yeah, and c'est genre tellement une... Tu connais le téléphone, le jeu, je sais pas dire...
Téléphone arabe.
Voilà, le téléphone arabe. Mais
on n'a pas le droit de le dire anymore?
I don't fucking know these days.
Okay.
I don't know.
Well,
can we say it?
Si on n'a pas le droit de le dire, I'm sorry.
Don't cancel us. Like, it's just, ça peut être téléphone n'importe quoi. Let's call it téléphone burundais.
Voilà.
So, ça commence quelque part.
Donc, pour commencer.
Aro, ton fils, c'est... And then it starts, boom, and then it's un autre téléphone. Là, ça change l'histoire, And I'm like, I didn't even know that about myself. Tu m'apprends quelque chose. And it's just like, why can't we just let people do them, appreciate it? Si t'es pas d'accord, keep it to yourself. Is it that hard? Is it?
Not everything needs to be shared, I guess.
Non, t'es pas obligé d'ouvrir ta pizza. Moi, je pense que, oui, pense. Voilà, fais juste penser.
To shift gears a little bit. No, it's beautiful. No, speak your truth, bro. C'est quoi le truc que through that process, because you know, so toi t'as eu ton Saint-Hyacinthe épisode, après ça t'es parti. Moi pendant ce temps-là j'étais en appart, I stayed there throughout. Now I'm on my second apartment, but I stayed there for like 4 years. Yeah,
God
4
damn.
years. Yeah, that was my home.
Damn.
That was my home. So comme moi je vivais des challenges de adulting, figuring out life, figuring out how to live life. Puis toi, t'avais tes autres challenges.
Do you want me to talk about them?
I don't know.
Parce
Do
que
you want to?
t'as l'air gêné de dire les choses comme ils sont.
No, I was.
So when I left Saint-Hyacinthe, I was handling a relationship and
you going there? Go for it.
Oh, you set me up.
I
pas là que
did
tu
it.
l'exagères?
Not necessarily, but if you want to go there.
Okay, so I was dealing with a relationship. I'm not going to say names. But yeah, I was dealing with that. And, I was like 17 or 18. I was still 17. So I was just like dealing with becoming un adulte sur papier, genre. Parce qu'à 17 du temps, t'es pas un adulte. Anyways, so I was just trying to figure out life, being a young adult and being like, oh, in 1 year, je vais devoir, ben pas devoir, je vais pouvoir acheter ma cocole, aller SQDC. T'as vu les priorités, comment sont mal basées? Aller SQDC.
Et pour les gens qui ne viennent pas de Montréal, cocole, c'est alcool.
Ma bad. Acheter de l'alcool, SQDC, cannabis. Et, ouais, so, moi, j'avais juste mes priorités aux mauvaises places, mais en même temps, j'étais comme, since I was coming from a dark place and I was in a relationship, I was like, this was good for me because c'est une place où, un moment où est-ce que I low-key needed like some love and affection to help me go out of the dark place. So ça m'a aidé. Mais le adulting life was harsh. C'était plein de nouveaux, plein de responsabilités. J'aurais aimé ça avoir un cours en secondaire 5 sur hey, tu t'en viens un adulte, apprends. Just to like give us a little bit of like something, because I just feel like we're just thrown out in the wild and just like figure it out. T'as une éducation, but figure life out. Parce que c'est pas l'éducation à l'école qui va t'aider sur ta vie. C'est pas ton cégep Édouard Montpetit qui va t'aider à gérer la vie, là, secondaire 6.
Je pense pas, moi, Lolo.
Like, so c'est ça. I was just handling that, trying to find myself, work, but still be broke, accepting that I'm broke while I'm still working.
That's big acceptance as adulting.
Parce que tu penses que dès que tu commences à travailler, oh, tu vas faire la palette, tu vas acheter le monde, tu vas faire genre, yo, on flex les amis. Nah, you got shit to pay. So just figure out that whole life, en même temps de try to heal at the same time. So j'ai comme, parce que je me concentrais sur les deux en même temps, I feel like ça a pris du temps at get good. Better at both. Being a better boyfriend and better in a relationship and be better at life. So c'est ça. Mais c'était vraiment de comme 2018 à 2020, je dirais. That was probably like it.
Yeah.
That was just ces 2 années-là. It was just me, relationship, figure out life, trying to be better at life, better relationship, life, blah, blah, blah. And yeah. Still playing hockey though, yeah. I was still playing hockey at Collège Français and Cats. Non, mais c'est ça. That was lit, though. My junior years was lit because j'étais plus vraiment le centre de l'attention, genre. So I could actually fall back and do my shit. Et pas avoir extra pressure in hockey. I would just go to hockey and be like, I'm gonna have fun, do my best, and that's it. So that was cool. So I think comme un bon timing for me to work on myself. But yeah, that was un 2 years que j'ai appris beaucoup sur moi-même and on life surtout. Puis, yeah.
How's the pandemic for you?
Yo, l'affaire qui est fucked up, c'est comme, j'ai 2 côtés de moi. Il y a un côté de moi de la pandémie qui est comme, c'était trop long. C'était trop long, on a mal géré ça, on aurait dit comme la garderie, il y a quelque chose qui se passe à la garderie, on fait quoi? Tout le monde commence à crier, il faut y aller. That's how I felt. Mais aussi un côté de moi qui est comme, I had a lot of time for myself and to work even more on myself and to reflect even more on myself. Like nothing was happening. So tu fais quoi? Let me do me. So ça c'était un an et demi de extra. I feel like it was almost like 3 years.
It was.
It felt like it was. Yeah, it felt like 3 to 4 years. Et I hope and I think that I use it in the right way. Et so far, depuis que la vie a recommencé, les résultats sont là. Je dis résultats, mais things are going my way. I'll just keep it at that. Things are going my way. I hope it keeps going, knock on wood. Mais je pense qu'avec le work que j'ai fait, j'y arrive.
Nice.
Yeah.
I love that for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Ouais, non, c'est vraiment cool.
How was your pandemic?
Mais comme j'avais dit dans un précédent épisode, j'ai commencé ça, j'étais en relation, j'ai fini ça, j'étais célibataire.
Big moves, big moves.
Big moves! Oh no! Marc, y'all need to... Marc, tu as besoin d'un mic. You need a mic for the...
What?
No, he needs a mic. He's hilarious. Yeah. He's hilarious.
No, okay. Hey! Yeah, I hope y'all heard that.
He said, I don't need a mic, I need an episode. Say less, my brother.
My God.
Say less. Say less.
Love the attitude, though.
Say less. Mais ouais, non, moi aussi, c'était la première fois que j'avais... Dans mes précédentes relations, c'était vraiment beaucoup de... It was either like long distance or it was like childish kind of energy. But that was like my first... On est dans le même pays. you have your life, I have my life. Let's do this like relationship en tant qu'adulte thing. C'était pas évident. There was a lot of things that there's a lot of things that arrête de faire cette face. There's a lot of things that I learned about myself too par rapport à cette relation. Shout out to you.
Non, ça va pas faire. Avant que je me chauffe, je me fâche.
Non, il va se fâcher.
Non.
Comment on dit? Protective brother is coming out.
Je vais entendre le nom, je vais faire ting, ça va me prendre taper dans le cou, je vais I can't.
Mais toi, Emmanuel, là, avec that person.
Shout out Emmanuel. Lui, je vais faire shout out à toi.
Yeah, shout out. Mais
reals.
même si vous regardez cet épisode, vous connaissez déjà Emmanuel. Ton ex, c'est ma femme.
Yes.
Voilà.
Quand il va avoir vu l'épisode, vous allez comprendre.
You get it, because it's being posted. So you'll get it. I will.
Perfect.
Donc, pour dire que c'était vraiment une expérience nouvelle, c'est une expérience comme vraiment, honestly, it was all about me. Like, I learned so much about me, how I do conflict resolution, how I am when I'm in love, how I am when I'm being loved on. C'est quoi ma réaction, c'est quoi la façon dont je me how I move. And it was also the first relationship that I brought with the family. Like, I introduced, genre, je l'ai présenté à la famille, I showed you all, like, everything. Puis comme, c'était vraiment, all the families. Puis surtout que, being a Burundian person themselves, je fais exprès de ne pas donner le genre. Being a Burundian person themselves, c'était vraiment beaucoup de, you're trying to maintain these cultural things, like les mêmes choses culturelles qui ont été utilisées pour, kind of like dull me down, like kind of being like, how can I make you into a more manageable piece? How can I build you in a way that you will be manageable and digestible for me? And so, pendant la relation, c'était beaucoup de that person kind of, comment dire, being like, renforcer ces choses-là. And so I became more, I don't know how can I say Burundian? Like, I became more conservative, let me say it like that. More Burundian conservative, being like, okay, là maintenant on parle de mariage, là on parle de nanana, on parle de moving in together, on parle de nanana. Et après j'étais comme, mais Stecy est où dans toutes ces équations-là? My whole life was en association avec quelqu'un, que ce soit mes frères ou bien mes parents. Then it became the relationship. Et après, j'étais comme, j'ai plus d'espace pour moi-même. And I need this time right now to kind of elevate my game in all the ways. Puis quand t'es avec quelqu'un qui est comme très, like, scared of le nouveau, scared of, like, things that you're uncomfortable with. Scared of the discomfort. Yeah. Scared of taking the risk. And it's like, how are you commenting on the game when you're not even on the court? Yeah. Like, how are you complaining about the moves that should be or should be done or shouldn't be done when you're not on the court? You don't have a jersey on, you don't have your shoes on, you're not even playing. And so quand j'ai réalisé ça, j'étais comme, I think this is time for this relationship to end, because if I stay in it, I'm going to keep dimming myself. I'm going to keep dimming my light. And if I dim my light, I'm never going to be able to be the person I want to become. And so I had to let go of that. Mais c'était quand même une très belle expérience dans le sens où j'ai pu apprendre toutes ces choses-là. Parce que si j'avais pas été dans cette situation-là, j'aurais jamais pu apprendre. But Yeah, beginning of the pandemic, je suis en relation, toute cute. Like, we're staying at home, watching movies, eating junk food. Best time.
Uber Eats.
Gaining weight. Uber Eats. Oui, on avait un abonnement. And then being like, wait, but then again, what about me? I've never had a time where it was a me season, where it was all about me. Because this whole time, it's like, je viens au Canada, je suis avec mon frère. You gotta look out for him. You're the girl, you're the one who's most responsible. You're the one who knows more, apparently. So you gotta look out for him. And then you come into my life, and I gotta look out for you. And I gotta make sure que genre, you're good, you're safe, you're this. And then when I moved into my apartment, that's when I was like, oh, it's Stecy time! Liberté! Délivré!
Je connais pas le reste du beat, j'ai pas vu le film.
But, yeah, c'était ça pas mal mon journey de pandemic, then pandemic being over. And kind of, là maintenant, je suis vraiment dans une phase où I'm still in my me season. It's really about me. It's about what I like. It's about who I want to become and all the different steps that I can take to get to that place. Avec les gens qui me soutiennent, puis les gens qui me donnent the right kind of love, who love me in the ways that I love to be loved, who care for me in the ways that I love to be cared for, and who apologize in the ways that I love to be apologized to. And it's a thrill.
Yeah.
It's a thrill.
To a new chapter in our life.
On est là.
Doing us.
On est là.
Us doing us.
We out here.
It's a fun time in life. Puis on dirait que comme, c'est maintenant je réalise que I wasn't really living. But I expect I was dead or anything, mais genre, I wasn't living it to the fullest because I was living it for hockey. I was living it for my parents. I was living it for that. Mais maintenant, c'est comme tu as dit, c'est un moment dans notre vie où est-ce que we're actually doing shit for us. And oui, pour d'autres personnes, mais prioritairement, number one seat, us. US. Not complicated.
Number one and number one B. Number one A and number one B too.
Fair enough. There you go. Mais c'est ça, mais c'est it's a fun journey. Et je pense qu'on vient de commencer. We're still fresh at it. But it's a fun time. It's a fun time.
Good time.
Good times.
Good time. Est-ce que tu aurais un petit mot pour la fin?
Si je peux revenir sur un peu what I try to say during the episode. What I try to say, c'est y'all find yourself a support group, support system. Si c'est pas déjà fait, try. Et après avoir fait ça, again, try. Do whatever you want to do in life. Just fonce. Parce que c'est le moment pour le faire. And il y a beaucoup d'opportunités. And it's just, I think it's a nice time to live. We have a lot of shit to do. Media, arts, sports, everything is just blooming. So, yo, just try whatever you want to fucking do. So, yeah, that's all I have to say.
And I'll build on that and say, as a Burundian woman, I can say that you have the power to be who you want to be. And you have the right to be who you want to be as well. And there will be people and there will be opportunities ready for you whenever you are ready for them. All you can do is prepare yourself, create the space for it, and then it will come and find you. But don't let nobody tell you that it makes you any less of a Burundian, it makes you any less of an African person, it makes you any less of whatever you identify as, because it's just simply not true. It comes from their own fears and their own insecurities. And so, en vrai, it really has nothing to do with you. So try not to take that up on yourself. I'm saying this to you, and as I'm saying it to myself as well. Donc, yeah, this is where this episode, the intention for this episode was coming from, because, you know, having a mix of now the feedback that we get and also our intentions. The podcast has become its own thing. It has taken a life of its own. And yeah, it was important for me to check in and just kind of just say that we're here and we're trying and we're doing our best. And we encourage you to do the same for your own life goals, life journeys, life whatever, whatnot. You do that and you try. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to start. And that's it.
Amen.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I fucking love that ending.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Sur ce, c'était un autre épisode de Le Bond is Real. Je suis votre host, Stecy. I was my brother, man.
I'm the co-host, but today I was the guest. I like saying I was the guest for the second time. But, yeah.
But the only time, because I'm not doing this again.
I don't know who said that. If I said that, sorry. But on that note, another beautiful episode. It was freaking fun. Voilà, handshake de même. What? Yes.
Oh, ça glisse. Merci à Rosemont. Shout out to you for giving us another drink, putting us in a good mood, in a good vibe. Et puis pour vous qui avez tune in through and through, merci beaucoup. Puis keep commenting, y'all. Share, comment. I know it's not, but please share, comment, because we need the algorithm of YouTube don't like us. Yeah. So share.
It's getting better though, so keep it up.
It is.
We see you can share and comment in real life as well. You can talk to us. We're not gonna bite.
Don't just stare. No. Please.
We're nice people.
Please. And we're funny. We're open-minded. So if you come with a joke, it will be good.
Check nous qui dépose notre CV. Alright, so just
Yo, watch comment les DM vont pop.
Yo, si tu m'as donné l'accord, je vais te parler de ça.
C'est dead. Anyways, merci beaucoup for your time.
Take care, y'all. See you
Have
next
a lovely
episode.
day.